More deer beds. Big snowy mountains in the background. Oh, yes. Okay, snowshoes are on. I've made it about 100 yards from the road. And I got about a mile to go. Somewhere in there, there's deer, but I can't see the screen on the camera, so. Anyway, we're going to those trees right there. Hey guys, Haggard's at the house, and I am stoked, so excited. This is going to be my very first winter backpacking trip. Now I know what you're thinking, the purists will say, backpacking, you got a sled there, guy. And I know, I got it. It's not a full-on backpacking trip. So the reason I'm calling this a winter backpacking trip is because this is my very first trial run. I don't have a lot of experience, and everything that's going to be keeping me alive through the night, my tent, my sleeping bag, my pads, liners, clothing, are all brand new, never been tested. So, but I'm trying to get to where I can really dial my kit in to where it all fits in a backpack. I'm in for a cold night to try my first winter backpacking trip. Freaking awesome out here. Thanks for joining me, guys. I'm super excited. I hope I learn a lot. Hopefully it goes smooth. I'm pumped. Had to take a break. Starting to sweat a lot, which is no good. Distance-wise, I'm probably halfway. But work-wise, I'm less than halfway because it starts to get uphill from here. And then trees, so it's going to be a lot of zigzagging through the trees, pulling the sled through stuff. So the last several hundred yards have been very discouraging. Just knee-deep snow with the snowshoes, punching through knee-deep every step for 300 yards. One cool thing that I see here is some areas where probably deer or antelope, I'm thinking deer because they were just deer over there, where they have bedded down. You can see the tracks go right up to where they kind of bedded down. More deer beds, several of them, and this is kind of like a little highway here. There's tracks going in here where they had laid down a lot of them there. And then I'm actually standing on this way out. There's a bunch of scat, and then them heading up that way into the trees. Just made it into the tree line. One thing that's a concern is all this snow that's made it into the inside of my sled. I do have this tarp in here, but if I got snow going underneath it, then I need to get it out of there. This is my sleep gear, this is my sleep system in here, and I mean, I'm getting snow down in there, so I gotta open this up and make sure that no snow's getting in there. It's just gonna get more deep through the trees here. It's quite the adventure so far. I'm just gonna keep trekking along, make a camp anywhere I see a good one. I'm not dead set on making it to where I was planning. The only thing about getting to where I was planning on going was that there's a chair up there, and I don't have a chair. Nice to make it all the way up there, but if I just think like, oh, this is so much, it's too much work, or my sled's getting too filled with snow, if I find a nice spot that looks like I'll be able to stay, I'll take it. Well, holy crap. But this is insanity. I mean, I'm burying the sled. There's snow getting in. So the sled's getting submerged in snow. And I'm making no progress. I'm soaking my snow pants, completely soaking them. Because, I mean, the snow is like waist deep in spots. And it's warm enough and the snow's wet enough to melt right onto my pants, and then the body heat's just soaking the pants. I need to find a camp, and I need to do it in a decent amount of time. The problem is this is still more open than I wanted my camp to be, but I can find maybe in a section of these trees a place. I was just really hoping to get to the spot I knew would be flat and would be protected. Man. But every step is this. That's every step. So I actually ditched the sled so I could just kind of come up here. Problem is that the trees are thinner down here. There's going to be more wind, and we're on a hill, so it's going to be uneven. Man, this could work. This right here looks flat. I'm on a good hill. I got lots of trees around me. This is looking okay. This is looking decent. Okay, I made my decision, and I'm gonna stay here. So the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave my pack here so I have a lighter carry on the way back up to this spot. I thought about it too. What am I doing leaving my sled? And then I'm gonna leave my pack here and leave my pack. What if I lose one or the other? But I have my clear tracks, snowshoe tracks through the snow, and I'm just gonna follow them back even though it's not the shortest way. My carabiner on here, I use that so that way the fabric part of the hoop might not get as shredded. Ugh. That's gonna be tough enough. Yep. Okay. I'm sweating hard. Look at that. It's freaking ridiculous. Okay, so I got everything off out of the sled and hung up. There is snow in the bottom of the sled, so it's a good thing that I made it to where I plan on staying without anything getting wet. It's beautiful. The sun is beautiful, but it's also hiding behind all these trees. It's bittersweet, but the trees should protect me from the wind too. Now, the challenge is figure out where I'm gonna sleep, where I'm gonna have my fire. What time is it? It's 1 o'clock. So 1 o'clock is right where I wanted to be at. I wanna be set up with a fire going and plenty of firewood by 3:30 because it starts to get cold at 3:30, and I wanna be able to cook around 4:30, 5 o'clock and crawl into bed at any point in time after that. So I got a little more work to do, and then I'm gonna reward myself with a beer. I brought 4 beers tonight, so I am freaking partying. I can't take the snowshoes off yet. I need to pack out a tent platform first. Flat, the actual ground is doing this. It's going downhill that way, so if I build a tent here, yeah, it's all fine and dandy until the snow gets a little warm and just falls out from behind me. Very uneven. Was the spot I was thinking, and I know it looks really good. Look how flat it looks. But the snow, there's an angle like this, and the snow's just falling away. When I came up here, I know this looks less flat to the naked eye, but I can just tell the ground underneath it is more even, and I'm not gonna end up sliding down a hill in the middle of the night. Now over here it's softer because it starts to go this way, but I could put the majority of where I'm gonna sleep in the tent right here. Let it get harder because it's still very soft and sugary. But one thing I'm gonna do is right here, I have 1, 2, 3, three or more large pieces of firewood that are standing up dry. I'm gonna cut these easy pieces of wood before I set up my tent right here, and I won't be able to access them after that. So that's absolutely next. Yeah, I know I said that's absolutely next, but what's really next? I'm gonna put my beer in the snow over here and get it ready to reward myself after I do all this work. The other thing that I'm thinking of right now that I think is a good idea to do is I'm actually going to change out of this winter coat. It's supposed to be breathable, so it's warm, but maybe it'll help some of the moisture evaporate off of the wet Under Armour that I have on right now. I guess I could have my fire right there and then set this. I was gonna use the sled for firewood, but thinking might be able to just use it as my seat. I don't want to damage it. I only want to sit on it if I feel like I should sit on it. Sit pad. You know what might be actually even a smart idea is take one of those bungee cords and wrap it around the sled and put the sit pad under the bungee so it just stays in its place. See, now I feel like the sled is sturdy. I'm bending into it a little bit, but I feel good about it. I'm almost thinking too, you know what would really help it be more solid is if I packed it full of snow and then tipped it upside down. Like it would almost make like a sand castle, but the snow will help support. I think I might do that actually. I think that's gonna be something I do. Anyway, those are all thoughts to mull over on this beer that I'm so excited for. Now that I'm not in such a massive panic of a hurry, I can sit. I'm gonna drink, I might just sit literally and chill and drink half of this beer, and I'll grab a snack too. I forgot to do that, but wanted to show you this beer. It's called Montucky. It's a cold snack lager, and the unofficial beer of Montana, cold snacks. Hashtag Montucky cold snacks. Don't be a jerk, recycle. Supporting local nonprofits and charities since 2012. Anyway, I tried one of these last weekend. Really good. It's like an easy go and beer. It kind of tastes like a Pabst or like a Bud Heavy or something. Oh my gosh. I know it's like, I'm not over exaggerating how nice that is. Just a little comfort after this crazy adventure. Tomorrow I'm gonna have a heck of a time getting out of here, but at least it's like mostly downhill. I'm also pretty like pleased with the fact that I didn't go all the way to the place that I was planning on going, just out of the aspect of how easy it's gonna be to get out comparatively through all that thick snow. I've been paying attention the last few days, and the last few days have been exactly like this day as far as temperature wise. And as soon as 3:30, 4 o'clock rolls around, it just starts getting so cold. Like the sun is not warming anything anymore, and it's gonna get cold in here. So I want to be ready. I want to have a fire going. I want to have a huge pile of wood, tent all set up, all my sleeping gear out and dry and good. So I'm gonna drink another few sips of this beer, have a snack, and then get at it. because this thing, ugh, oh, that's heavier than I thought it would be. But I don't really want that. See that? That has some good characteristics still inside of it, so I'll take that with me. That's my firewood pile so far. It's all bigger stuff. I got it standing upright. There's a couple wet pieces, but for the most part, very dry. Okay, got the tent. I'm gonna head up to the tent pad, start setting it up. Luckily, there's no wind right now. Oh, well, a breeze just as soon as I said that. Man, that was work just to get those stupid things off of there. Both of these poles and this stupid carabiner design I do not like. Okay. Well, snow anchors seem to be the best, so you can see I took a stick here. That's a long stick. My foot's over the other end because I'm holding it down, and I'm just compressing snow on top of it, dragging as much snow as I can on top of it, stomp it down with my boot all around, and then use my other boot to just drag more snow on top of it and just keep stomping it down. Now that is nice and taut. Oh man, that's the outside. Front. Okay. Oh man, it's a lot of work actually. I'm going down to my step down lounge here to get another drink of beer because I earned it. It's a very tight space, very uneven terrain, and then messing with the snow anchors. It's like one side of the tent there's ground right there, the other side of the tent there's snow. But yum. Yeah. Tent is up. So now I'm gonna crawl inside and start unloading my gear into there, and I'm gonna see if it's even gonna be relatively comfortable or how that whole program is gonna work once I get in there. Got my giant sleeping bag, and then this is clothing that I'm going to change into once I crawl in and go to bed. I'm hoping that this Reflectix really is the game changer for warmth. So one of the things I was saying that I packed very, very heavy was that I packed 2 thermarests. These are cheap thermarests, so I didn't really want to count on one. I can reach a majority of the way in here with my boots still just staying outside. So both of the thermarests are open. Okay, I believe that the pillow, I want to be set up. I just want to basically be able to come to bed. So I'm getting everything out that I can. This is a sleeping bag liner from Outdoor Vitals that I bought. Just in case. It's supposed to add like 3 or 4 degrees to your bag, and I'll probably get it out and plan on using it, but the liner's only half of that. This is the other half's the pillow, and this pillow's dope. It's got the 2-way valve, like the 1-way and then the open. Makes all the difference in the world having a like legit little pillow instead of, and look at the little case that comes with it, pillowcase. It's all soft. 15 below. You can see this thing is huge, man. I mean, it's not messing around. Ugh. So I'm planning on being plenty warm. I didn't want to have any question that I was going to be warm enough. And this thing should absolutely do the trick as far as keeping me warm. Nice and cozy though. It really, it's kind of calling to me already. Okay, back to work now. I think I'm going to have my fire right there. It is kind of close to the tent. The tent's through the trees there. But it's going to be a chill fire, and the trees are blocking it from any embers or anything popping through there, I think. So what I need to do is move my stuff. It's going to have to go on like the back side of the tree over there to get away from where I'm going to have the fire. I'm going to shovel some snow underneath where this sled's going to be just to reinforce it while I sit on it. So that's what I need to do next. Get a fire going. It's 3:07. So I'm going to start, it's going to start getting cold here in about 30 minutes. It's much easier. There's so much snow over here anyway. Yeah, that's just gonna, that'll have it done in no time. See what happens here. Man, sometimes I think with my brain and it works. That was pretty good, I think. That's like, the sled is not absorbing all of this weight to where I might bend it or even just put stress on it that's unnecessary. I really got an hour to have a full-blown fire going, be ready to cook some food, to be comfortable with the amount of light that's left. This way it's like a full-blown seat. You know? Here's dirt right here. So I can make a fire on actual fairground. And I'm just gonna scoop the snow away between my seat. There's lots of that good kind of, you know, stick tinder as well as kindling pieces right next to me. So I'm definitely going to harvest all of it I can. Kindling and stuff pile. Ugh, can't even think. I got my little older piles there where I'm going to actually start the fire. Here's my big stuff, and I've collected quite a bit of it. This is going to take some sawing, which is okay. I can do that once it gets dark. But I do want to get at least one of these bucked up into some big chunks. So when I initially just first get this fire started, I have big pieces of fuel on there, and then I can actually sit down for maybe like 20 straight minutes without doing anything. There's a few good big pieces to get started. I brought cotton balls with Vaseline to hopefully just get stuff rolling. And I'm using a lighter. I don't have time to mess around. I want to relax and stoke a fire easily and drink a freaking beer, man, and eat a real hot meal. So all those things. I'm only going to use some of this. I've tried to bring enough to be able to start 3 fires because I didn't know if I would need one in the night. If I got really cold, I was preparing for that. And I'm not sure if I'll start one in the morning. I want to, I plan on it. But we'll see how I feel. Fire glove, my leather glove on. I got my thin branches here. Hoping that this just gets going. Nice and easy. A lot of this stuff is wet, but I have a feeling I'm going to be able to get it rocking and rolling with the Vaseline cotton balls. All right. Dig in my pack here because this stuff is deep. I decided, I kind of knew, like, I don't want to have to melt snow for water. I'm not going to have time for that. I just don't want to deal with it. So I brought the 2 bottles that you saw on the outside of my pack, drank most of those. And then I brought this. Now this is one of the Sawyer Squeeze bottles. 64 ounces, I believe. And that thing's full. This is a koozie that I made out of Reflectix. This was just a bunch of Reflectix that I bought in that big roll, same roll I have in my tent. And I made this thing to fit this bottle. I knew it would be so cold out here that I needed water and I wanted it to stay liquid. I was in Walmart for a different reason. I was just curious. Went to the backpacking aisle and I looked at mountain houses. And to me, a mountain house is half of a serving. Like, I could eat 2 mountain houses for dinner after working this hard, especially. But they were $5 last summer when I bought them. So I bought some when we went backpacking and stuff. I went to Walmart the other day and they are $8.69 at Walmart for a mountain house, same size and everything. So I was just like, there's no way I'm paying $8.50, $8.60 for a half of a dinner just because it's dried. It's not special. It doesn't taste really that good. I mean, there's better ones, but Walmart has like a food storage section, like a freeze-dried food section in the foods. I found this. And this is called the Wise Company Trademark Quality Prepared Foods. This is the same thing as far as being freeze-dried or dehydrated. I'm not really sure what the difference is. I'm not too keen on that. But anyway, it has like the 25-year shelf life or whatever crazy. But this is 2 servings. This is 2 servings. And you can see this is much bigger than a normal mountain house. Weighs more and everything. This is 320 calories, 17 grams of protein, 45 carbs. And it's 2 servings, which I need 2 servings of mountain house. So this was $5 at Walmart, $5. Same deal, it has the Ziploc. You pour 2 cups of water in there, 12 to 15 minutes. This ginormous koozie that I made here for my water. When I cook this meal, it fits right in this freaking koozie. And I'll be able to pour the water in it, seal it up, slap the rubber band around it or whatever while it sits for its 12 to 15 minutes. And it won't get crappy cold like it does even when it's warm out, you know, in the spring and stuff. Your mountain house gets cold. And then I figured once it's done, I could pull it up to there and do like one of these numbers. This is just kind of what I'm thinking. I'm not sure how it'll work yet. But do something like that. Open the meal, eat it. It's in the koozie the whole time. So yeah, sometimes things just end up really working out. Got some good coals built up there. I'll be able to throw some fresh wood on there and get that going pretty easy. This is my nighttime bag. I got like a flashlight, hot hands in here just in case I got super cold, some other batteries and stuff. But the GoPro I just stuck on my neck here, full batteries. I gotta get some more on this fire going here. Real quick, wanted to show you the view that I got just around the corner here. Oh, there's a deer right freaking there. They ain't even worried about me either. Another thing that I made with my pot is a nice little koozie for my pot. And I was going to do a video about this too. Maybe I'll make a video about both or something. Well, I guess I've already made them, so it doesn't make any sense. But I made this koozie for my pot where the handle actually can stick out. This is more for coffee in the morning or whatever, so it doesn't get cold. I'm not going to need that right now, so all I need is my pot. 2 cups. I'll go a little bit over because some of it will steam away, but it also says go a little bit under if you want thicker food, which I like thicker food. So I'm going to put the handles out on both my pot and my lid. Got my food here ready. That's nice and hot right there. And it looks somewhat sturdy. Put my pot right there. Getting close. But I got good boil going there. Take my water out. I gotta watch it with my water because it's all I got. I'm just gonna put the rubber band around my hand here, and then the koozie I'll just keep over here for a second. Take the pot off of there. Okay. Immediately not boiling anymore, but that's all right. Pour it in there. Watch for the steam. That'll get you. I'm gonna zip it up. I'm gonna slosh it around good through the koozie. Try to keep it warm because it's got to sit for 15. Oh man, 15. Should have started cooking 15 minutes ago. I want to make sure it's all sealed up. Yeah, it's nice and sealed up. And then, where did I put the rubber band? It's on this one. Up and down. Okay, 15 minutes. It's 5:53 right now. This is when it starts to turn into the real deal winter camping. When it gets dark early. Cloud Catcher Milkshake IPA. This is by Odell. You've seen me drink Odell beers before. They're one of my favorites. I lived in Fort Collins, Colorado. That's where they're from. They make great beers. Our fabled cloud catcher roams the sunset, sweeping up every stray cumulonimbus. She has one mission: to capture the key ingredient to our hazy, smooth milkshake IPA. Oh, smoke. Hop forward with notes of creamsicle and peach. It delivers a citrus-like burst alongside its velvety texture. Her risk is your delicious reward. Let's open this bad boy up. A bunch of steam comes out, hopefully. I went a little bit past my 15-minute mark. Hoping everything's reconstituted. I should have stirred it more. I'm going to do the thing where I fold this up over. I'm going to put the rubber band around it. Hopefully she holds tight there. I gotta eat. It's time to eat. Hold that part open right there. Oh man, the smoke from the fire. Still chewy. She's still chewy, guys. Oh, it's really good. Oh, they weren't kidding about 2 servings, though. This is a lot of food. Put my water right back in here. Man, my water's getting slim. Okay, so just so you guys know, I put the Mountain House bag in here. I actually zipped up the beer can in there. I was gonna find a higher point to hang it. None of the coyotes or the other critters out here, like raccoons or weasels or whatever, can get into it because it does stink like food. But we don't have any bears in these parts. Put another log on there. Ugh. There we go. I will drink one more beer, I think. I have 2 more beers, but I might only drink 1 more. I don't know, it depends. Let me digest this food and I'll figure out what I'm going to do. The smoke is really bumming me out. Like, I'm about ready to move the sled because I just cannot sit in the smoke. It's just a consistent. It really wouldn't take very much for me to make a pile of snow on this side. Just got to man up and do it. Yeah, that's good. That's the ticket. There's my old chair. Okay, this one is the Drumroll APA. This is one of my favorites. Probably my favorite craft beer, honestly. Another Fort Collins, Colorado Odell brew. A drum roll fills you with anticipation. Much like the notes in this American Pale Ale, each year we select the Rockstar hops of the harvest to craft this bold, juicy, tropical hop-forward brew. They like hop forward. Hop forward. Drumming up a citrus-inspired rhythm for what's to come. Okay, this is the last beer. And then I'm in bed. It's 6:48, so if I spend another hour out here, get in bed 8 o'clock, 8:30, that's bedtime for me. That's just fine for me. Oh, man. So good. So crispy. Like, that other one was good, but it was just kind of like malty, and I don't like a milkshake beer. My milkshake beer doesn't bring all the boys to the yard. Throw my coat inside. It's all dry. It's all dry in here, so we're good on that. The snow underneath the floor has definitely solidified. It's definitely gotten much colder in here. My boots are inside the vestibule here. You can see, look at the Velcro on my boots, man. That's not gonna be effective. One thing that worked out nice is I tucked my pants into my boots, because I was really worried about my pants, the bottoms of my pants being basically like this, which they usually are after a day of fishing or whatever. So the bottom of my pants should be relatively dry. I feel like I should probably open some vents. I'm bringing a lot of moisture inside. Okay guys, I'm all cuddled up in here now. I got my sleeping bag situated. I was recording for a while there, but I don't know if the camera turned off or what happened. But I did want to mention, while I was getting changed, I didn't close the valves on my sleeping pads. So while I was getting changed, I was like letting all the air out of them. So I did have to blow them up with my mouth. I know that people say don't blow into your sleeping pads if it's cold, because the moisture will make you cold. But I didn't have a choice. I couldn't get all dressed again to wait for them to self-inflate. So that's something that I didn't want to do. I'm going to zip this thing all the way up and I'm going to get cozy. So I hope that I get back with you not too early in the morning, but at a decent hour when the sun's coming up. And again, thanks for joining me, guys. Haggard's out. Peace out.
Good morning. So I slept okay. I stayed really warm. Like the sleeping bag and everything, I stayed warm. I just, for some reason, couldn't really fall asleep until like 2 o'clock in the morning. I don't know why. I think maybe I was just sore from the day and stuff like that. Not really sure. But still, slept till 8 o'clock. Once I fell asleep, it's 8 right now. So I just need to convince myself to get up and get out there and put those boots on. So decided it would be best to just put everything away, or most of the things away, before I get my boots and crud on. So just getting the air out of the thermarests. Alright. The fire is definitely out. There is a little bit of warmth in there. Might be able to make something of that, but here's my view today. A little overcast, but it's not super cold. Again, like I'd probably guess maybe 25 degrees. So I gotta get a fire going. I have to melt a lot of water out of snow today because I drank all my water. I have like one sip left,
So I'm gonna have to make a lot of water with the pot. So I need to get a fire going first, and then I can do that as I get the tent and everything broke down. Okay. Awesome part about all this deep snow is that there's plenty of good, like, clean stuff. Just take this top layer off here. Problem is that it's powdery. It doesn't have very much moisture in it. You really gotta pack it down. So that's almost a full pot of murky water, but I want that to go full boil, so it's going to be another little bit. And the pot is getting that heat, that residual heat. All right, that's good enough for boil for me. And I'm just gonna let that water cool. Trying not to put the fire out at all. Remember, I gotta get each one of these pots to a full rolling boil for it to be safe to drink. I had this nifty coffee mug, so I'm actually gonna use that. And then I actually got the one packet of Reese's freaking creamer, so that is gonna be amazing. Ooh. Just make it like a half a cup because I don't want to use up all my drinking water. Oh yeah, that's gonna be the bomb. Oh, yes. Okay, I got that water cooling. Still, it's very hot. This pot came to a rolling boil, so I stuck it in the snow. This will cool off much faster. And the cup is about lukewarm. Tastes like plastic. that's gonna do it for me, guys. I appreciate you joining me on this epic trip. I had so much fun, so much success, a couple of tweaks that I need to make, but otherwise, just a great camping trip. Thank you so much for joining me. Please subscribe, please comment, help me out. Thanks, guys. Peace out.